following is from a cooperative project for acquiring skills essential to learning.
Hello?
Hi, Alf. It's Jack.
Hi, Jack. What you doing?
Nothing. Want to play a little catch?
You mean baseball? It's the middle of winter.
I know that, but we could get ready for spring training.
All right, I'll play catch.
Okay. I'll meet you at 3:30. We could go to the field together then. Bye.
Bye. Hello?
I thought you were coming over.
You said you were going to meet me.
Yeah, but I meant here.
Well, I thought you meant here.
No.
Well, I'll just meet you at the field then.
I can't now. My dad came home, and I have to wash the car.
Really?
Yeah. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Having a communications problem. Alfie, aren't you having a communications problem?
Who are you?
You should know.
Am I making you up?
Mm-hmm.
Well, why?
Well, after that misunderstanding you had with Jack, it seemed to me as if you needed someone to talk to.
Well, Jack said he was going to meet me, didn't he?
Yes and no. He did say...
Okay, I'll meet you at 3:30.
But that's not the same as saying...
Okay, I'll meet you at 3:30.
Yeah, but when somebody says he's going to meet you, to me, that means that he is going to meet me. Not that I'm supposed to meet him.
But Jack's not a mind reader. He didn't know that.
Well, I'm not a mind reader either.
You could have checked.
Okay, I'll meet you at 3:30. We'll go to the field together then. Bye.
Wait, you mean my house or yours?
Mine.
All right, bye.
Okay, bye.
Well, that was better, wasn't it?
Yeah, but it's just that you can't always be checking to see if you understand what people mean.
Yeah, but the more you check, the better you understand. Want to go for a walk?
Sure, let's go to the zoo.
Okay.
Hi, Alfie. Hi, Debbie.
You need a taxi, sir?
I'm sorry. I didn't mean for you to stop. I don't want a cab. I don't understand why the cab driver stopped. I didn't want a cab.
Come on, Alf. The cab driver didn't get your meaning because he only got half your message. He saw you wave, but he didn't hear what you said. If he'd heard you too, he'd have known you weren't hailing a cab.
Yeah, I guess so.
Hold up now. Look at that poster. Now, what does that tell you?
That's easy. Parks are for lovers of parks.
Now, there's another example of how you can get the wrong idea if you don't have all the information. A newspaper headline's supposed to tell you what the story that follows is all about, or at least make you wonder. So, does this mean...
No, you're wrong.
Don't
on
upset
this, sir.
yourself.
You'll never convince
Mayor,
me.
it is not as bad
this
as
new
you-
law giving young people the
Mr.
vote
Mayor,
isn't
please.
going to help
have tried to
anybody.
all-
It makes me mad.
Or does it mean...
Youth vote upsets mayor. I never thought I'd lose that election.
Who could have predicted that the young voters would have been against you?
Which does it mean?
It could mean either one.
It shouldn't, though.
Well, it's because the person who wrote it didn't think of all the different messages you could get.
To communicate well, though, you have to. But it's hard to do if you don't understand the communication process. The way we give and get meaning.
How's that?
Like this. There's a sender and a receiver.
The sender talks and the receiver listens.
And if the receiver answers,
Then the receiver becomes the sender and the other person becomes the receiver.
right. But talking and listening is just one way to communicate. The sender could be someone who's writing. Or the sender could be a painter. Or a cartoonist. Or the author of a book.
So instead of listening, the receiver could be reading a postcard. Or looking at a painting. Or looking at a cartoon.
Or reading a book.
So in communication, there's a sender and a receiver.
And the information.
Information? You mean like whatever the sender says? Or writes? Or paints? Or draws?
Right. But we haven't talked about the most important part of the communication process yet. Giving and getting meaning. Here's how it works. The sender wants to communicate something he's thinking about. He wants the receiver to get his meaning.
So he must choose the information he thinks will help the receiver understand what he's thinking.
And if the information means the same thing to both the sender and receiver, you could say,
They share meaning.
and if it doesn't,
They don't.
when that happens, the receiver needs more information, or different information, so he can figure out what the sender means.
I see. For people to communicate effectively, the receiver has to get the sender's meaning.
Right, so the sender has to think about how to help the receiver get the intended meaning. Let's think back to this headline, Youth Vote Upsets Mayor. The person who wrote this headline assumed that everyone who read the paper would know that there were elections this week.
But I didn't.
That's the point. That's why the sender has to think about the receiver.
If I'd known all this about the communication process last week, I probably wouldn't have misunderstood about that TV show I was going to be in.
Why don't we go back and see if you can figure out what happened?
Boy, that'll be great being on TV.
Yeah, I think I'll grow up and be a movie star or something.
Hollywood, here we come.
Yeah, see ya.
Bye. Hey, Mom, guess what?
What?
I'm gonna be on TV. So's Jack. Isn't that great?
Oh, really? That's great, honey.
Some TV people are coming to our class tomorrow. You'll have to sign this so I can be in it.
Release form. I give my permission.
All it says is that you give your permission for me to be in the show so they can use it with me in it.
But, Alfie, this just says that I give my permission. I mean, it doesn't say anything about you actually being in the program.
But, Mom, why would Miss Chadwick give everyone a form to get signed if we all weren't going to be in the program?
I don't know. What'd she say about the form?
She said if we wanted to be in the show, we'd have to get them signed.
Okay, Alfie. I'll sign it. But to tell you the truth, I really don't know how I'm actually going to like living with a TV star.
But I didn't hear the first part. Yes. Could you repeat that, please? Yes, indeed. Are you happy about the
Seems
uniform?
like all you have to do is look good and say a few lines. I should be able to handle it, okay? This could be the big break you've been waiting for. Are you ready, star? Hey, how do I look? Okay, but this is class. What would you know about class? Hey, you think they're ready for us out in TV then? Sure they are. Let's go. Wow, look at this. Wow, looks like everybody's going out to a fancy restaurant. Yeah.
Did you two get your form signed?
Yep. Uh-huh.
Thank you.
Sure, here.
Good morning. How are you today?
Fine, thank you. I'm so glad you could arrive today.
Yes, well, we're just about ready.
The children have all their forms signed.
Oh, that's wonderful.
They are a little bit nervous today.
Yes, they certainly are.
Perhaps you could talk to them before we start the shoot.
No, that won't be necessary. You see, I only need a few of them reading.
Oh.
Hey, when do we start? When do we start? When do we get to rehearsal? When do we start?
All right, kids, okay. She just wants a few of you to read.
Hardly any of us are going to be in it. I had my form signed. Yeah.
Too bad.
Yeah.
Well, you know about the communication process. What was the problem?
Well, one of the biggest problems was that I really wanted to be on TV.
Okay, what else?
Well, let's see. Miss Chadwick was the sender. I was the receiver. But the day before that, when she talked with the producer, she was the receiver. Wait a minute. To figure this out, I'd have to know what the producer said to her.
Okay, let's take a look. Here it is.
Really looks interesting.
Well, I think they'll have fun doing it. The only problem is, I don't know how many students I really need.
Well, why don't I just give everybody a form?
I'm beginning to get the picture.
Why don't I give you enough for the whole class?
Oh, that'll be great. Hey, class.
Okay, now I'm the receiver. Miss Chadwick's the sender. Here's what she said. The information.
This is Nancy Arbusto. She's a television producer. It looks like you may be on television.
Okay, Alfie, you were the receiver. Mrs. Chadwick was the sender. You knew the information. So, what was the problem?
Thinkabout is supported by state and provincial agencies working through the Agency for Instructional Television. Together, serving education.